All right, so who's gonna introduce you?
Shit, what's the name of the podcast?
It's Speak Easy. Right? Welcome to our podcast, Speak Easy. Three realtors talking about everything except for real estate. Hopefully, more than likely won't happen. I'm your host, Langston Carr,
I'm Millie Jones.
Same Swift.
and we're gonna take you on a journey of life, just ventures, real estate, I'm sure, dating and all. All right? So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. We up first. What you got up first? What we talking about?
Well, I guess we can try to let the people know something about us.
A little bit about myself, I guess. All right, so my name is Langston Carr. I grew up here in Little Rock, Arkansas. Graduated in 2000. Well, that's not relevant, I guess. Anyway, I'm a father of one, 42-year-old member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I was just a finalist for Realtor of the Year for Little Rock.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll know this week, I suppose, whether or not I win. But needless to say, I'm in the conversation, so very appreciative.
Like I said, I'm Millie Jones. I am also from Little Rock. I went away around age 17. I got back here around 2019, came back to Little Rock, but I've lived in California, I've lived in New Orleans, I lived somewhere everywhere, Georgia. So now I'm back home. I have two kids. My daughter is 20. She's a college student. And then I have a 17-year-old son. He's about to turn 18 in a couple months. So I'm about to be
Outside. You
I
look
wasn't gonna
amazing.
say that.
Right.
Thank you. Those are my babies that keep me going. I'm also a realtor, as you know. I've been doing that for a couple years now. It's a side job. I'm learning a lot. I'm glad to be here with other realtors who they're teaching me a little something. So that's up. That's about me. That's in a nutshell.
Same Swift. I'm the Muffin Man.
What? What?
Nah, I'm from Little Rock.
Do you even know how to make something?
Yes.
Oh.
I got 5 of them. Shout out to Spencer, Cameron, Titan, Olivia, Kirsten. Hope I got everybody. Titan, Olivia, Kirsten, Cameron, Spencer. Got 5 kids. I was born and raised here, between here and South Jersey and all around. Went to school at Fisk for a few years. And I've been running the staging business and the real estate for about 4 years now. Love it. And just kind of, if you know me, you love me.
So this show here, this podcast here is really more so to tell you all a little bit about ourselves, all right? Obviously, we're gonna educate you on some real estate, but people tend to work with people they know, like, and trust. So hopefully you get to know us, like us, trust us, and you work with us. If not, you're just not our tribe, and it's cool. That's fine.
Something for everybody.
They not like
Absolutely.
us. They not like
So
us.
how do we know one another?
You want to tell that story?
We can tell that story.
You want to tell the story? You scared? Am I scared?
I don't really know them. They just picked me up off the street and asked me to come in here and help
That's
out.
true.
You know, they needed a woman. So that's what I'm here for. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow. Is that what you think?
I would say social, yeah, all men need women. I would say social media.
I do.
Yeah, every man needs a woman.
I do.
That's not on the paper.
I know it. Well, I'm just
You jumping,
saying.
you going rogue, right?
I need a woman in my life.
I did.
I ain't gonna hold you.
This went way left. I said, whoa.
I'm not gonna hold you. I do need a
Thank
woman in
you.
my life.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Absolutely.
It's necessary. He does too. He got 5 kids.
Yeah, right. Good, but
All right,
yes,
so
we
yes, I
met.
definitely know you from social media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same for Swift.
Swift and I met some years ago when I had the city on lock. I was doing events, promoting all kinds of shows and concerts and parties and stuff like that. And oddly enough, I don't even like parties. I really don't. I like little gatherings, little get-together, little house junks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I like bringing people together. And I'm a little hustler, so you know what I'm saying? Like, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. So I met Swift then, and he DJ'd for me a couple times. Swift is a hustler as well. I used to go to his restaurant, The Veg.
Yep. The
Which is
veg.
a vegetarian or
Vegan,
vegan?
yep. All vegan,
It
yep.
was all vegan restaurant down in the Little Rock River Market. And when I say it was fire, it was off the chain fire. Like I could have easily switched to vegan if somebody was cooking for me.
I met Langston. I bumped into him. We both were at it's like a speed dating sponsored by Christian Mingles. Yeah, he was there looking for someone. I was looking for someone, and I had just got recently baptized. And have you been baptized?
I know Christ.
So, nah, I've been doing it for a while, man. Langston's been holding it down. He's, promoting, come through the restaurant. Small town for those who progressive people. We always seem to meet up in the same places, the same. We're all gonna see Rodney Block. We're all gonna go do the same kind of safe, old people shit.
Funny story about when I met Millie. We were at Cash. We were at Cash downtown, to my knowledge at least. And like you and the Plush crew, y'all came up and
We
everything.
used to roll out.
And like we saw each other and we like knew each other before we knew each other.
Social media.
And so it was like, hey, blah blah blah. And I was just like, I said something about you being a star.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't appreciate me saying you was a star. No. I said you was a star.
But you
and then
called somebody else
I called
a
somebody else a
superstar.
superstar.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I called somebody else a superstar.
Yep.
And she was like, oh, so I ain't a superstar. So every time that we've run into each other since that time, you've like, made me aware of that. And I apologize.
'Cause I am a
You are a
superstar.
superstar. You are. You really are. All right.
But I was like, that was real shady. Like, why would you come to me and
She
say,
ain't gonna
hey,
let you
star,
get them words
and
out.
then go to somebody else like
That's kinda fucked
a
up.
few seconds later
I can see that.
and say, and you're a superstar.
You're a
Like
superstar.
I
what?
didn't mean it like that.
Like what? I'm just chopped liver. Like
you're
come
even
on
you're a
now.
bigger and better star than the last star that
I'm
I
like,
just passed to say.
okay. No, she is a superstar though.
Now that we got that out the way, I guess we need to, at least talk about like what company we're with. So, again, Langston Carr and I'm with Keller Williams Realty. It's 3 realtors. We're talking about everything except for real estate, hopefully. We're with 3 different companies, giving you 3 different perspectives on, of course, just life, real estate, and everything as a whole. So, Langston Carr, Keller Williams.
And I'm Camellia Jones, but I go by Millie because people can't seem to say Camellia correctly. But I'm with the Plush Homes Company Realtors. We are the largest African-American minority-owned real estate company in Arkansas. Our broker is Monica Hale. And
I feel like snap.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
My daughter told me to do this.
We're
I
a
don't know what
great
this is.
company. I love it. It runs smoothly. We all get along. And like Langston says, he used to see us out and about. You're going to see us out and about. Like people know, oh, that's plush, because everything we do is plush. It's top notch.
My turn. Oh, I'm with United Real Estate, Melissa Barn Realty. No commission splits.
Oh, snap.
And that's enough.
We'll have a conversation after this.
That's cool.
It's got the best pizza.
We jumping into that? Jumping into that
Tell her the
already.
trigger.
Who got the best pizza?
Pizza.
We're gonna jump into that already. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really not a big pizza person. I like calzones. So, I don't know.
I'm into calzones.
Who you like for pizza? Everybody here is gonna say shotgun dance because
I'm
it's
not.
a staple in our community, and it's okay with me. But like we kind of discussing, I need more sauce on my pizza.
The
Like,
sauce.
I'm a sauce girl. I like marinara. I like ranch.
Right.
Like give it all to me.
So I'm a little biased because my favorite pizza is a barbecue chicken pizza.
Okay.
That's crazy. I love barbecue chicken pizza.
That's what I'm
And
talking
everybody's always like, why would you eat barbecue sauce on pizza? I'm like, don't say
fire.
anything if you haven't had that with the onions.
about. With the onions and a little bit of bacon.
Yes.
Like
yes.
purple onions too.
Yep, it's always purple
onions.
onions. It's so
A
good.
few jalapenos. Oh,
That's the most inkwell bourgeois nigga shit I've ever heard in my life. Who got excited over barbecue
I
pizza?
first had it when I was a kid. my church went to Pizza Hut.
Okay.
And that's when they used to do the Pizza Hut buffet.
Oh my God, the Pizza Hut buffet.
And they had it on the buffet.
With the little things with the icing on it, the little.
Oh, the
Talking about buffet.
That's what we went.
Larry Pizza got a good buffet.
Well, they
though.
got a barbecue pizza too, don't
Yeah.
they? So anyway, that's where I had it first. And once I had it, I was a kid, like 8. And I fell in love with it then.
The best pizza is at McIntosh Pies on Colonel Glenn.
They got pizza?
No, but shit. McIntosh Pies on Colonel Glenn.
They got a different kind of pie.
They got different kind of pie.
Not a pizza pie, but a sweet potato pie.
No, I'm a fan of Ariana's.
I've had Ariana's.
They're from Jersey. They kind of have that kind of hard water crust. Or the pizzeria up towards the Heights. I used to like Chuck E. Cheese. Used to be my jam. Yeah,
and they
for
expensive
sure.
now. It's crazy
right,
how much
for
they went
sure.
up.
I don't know. It's a good date. Good date night.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah. You take? No, I'm serious. It's
Why is it a good date night?
if you're into that thing. One, it takes some pressure off. Two, it's not cheap. Believe it or not. But
So is it a date night and y'all bring all your kids?
a date. No, just you. And then y'all get to, especially if you both got kids, you get to do some of the stuff and kind of relive. It's nostalgic. And then you can see how you can play together, work together, you know what I mean? How that vibe is. It's just too good for her, not good enough for her.
So you kind of go to gauge if she's too bougie or not.
Not
for Chuck
only
E.
that,
Cheese.
I go with stuff I'm into. So I'm an eyeball, right? So I'm
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go way out of their comfort zone, but I'll go something that's definitely in mine. So that way they know so we might go to Comic-Con. Or we might go to, something other than, we're gonna go to dinner, but it's gonna be probably something that so then when we're together or whatever, and I'm going to Comic-Con, or if I'm going to, I'm gonna go surfing or something like that, or it's genuinely me. So you hear, because
Just a little bit about
Where
yourself.
are you going surfing at? Like,
Push down.
you go
I can surf from Push down. That's where I'm from.
Like surfing, cowabunga dude surfing.
No, so I have a goal. I want to be the fifth. I have a goal. I want to be the first
I'm for real,
50-year-old surf champion. No, I want to be first. So every time I go to LA or Florida, I take surfing classes. I want to surf. I got
a
on
lot
a
of
wave one
surfing
time.
in
You ever been on
Cali.
the board?
I mean, push down, you gotta, you
It's a creek.
surf from a boat, right?
It's a creek. Yeah.
All right.
My cousin got a rope. I got one on the board. He pulls the rope. I surf.
So it's not real.
If you, listen, man. This is the first episode.
I was in Cali for many years, so I saw real surfing.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. The first time I was on a board that I felt like I was in control of, it was no feeling like it. It was amazing. So that's been my.
It takes some skill.
So if she's going to be with me, she's going to have to go with me and a wife of 50-year-old surfing.
So, are you single? You dating?
Yeah, single.
With somebody? Or
I'm
what?
single.
You sure about that? You didn't sound too sure about that.
I am. I'm sure.
You sure? I don't think he's sure. Let's move on.
Why though? Why?
Okay, so are you
What
single
about
because you
dating?
haven't put yourself out there? Like, do you look for women online, or do you look for women in person? Like, you want to be out there, you want to see them and meet them, or do you like to start off online, like social media? Would that
Online
count?
became so pretentious to me during the pandemic and stuff. I just couldn't get into swiping on somebody. It seemed so upfront. Like I could find myself just like doing this and doing this. I'm like, that's kind of cold. Like it was super cold.
You feel
for
like
me.
it didn't allow you to get to know people.
I didn't feel good of just judging people by just what I saw
people,
immediately.
don't you think that's what
I'm
you do?
judging folks. So
Yeah,
sorry.
when you kind of know if you like them if they look good to you first. Isn't that your
Looks
first
is the
thing?
first
is looks?
thing, especially for me.
I just felt so judgmental. I didn't want to judge.
I get it,
strictly.
but we look at people first, and then we decide if we want to give them a try. I think.
I pity tip strippers.
Huh?
I pity tip strippers. So like if they're not getting any tips, like I'm the guy that goes up and gives them
And helps them out.
Yeah,
and you feel,
I pity tip strippers. I got a big heart.
He feels bad.
I got a big heart. And the dudes, everybody's looking at me like, wait, what the fuck is he doing?
Right, because you gonna make them come back again when
God.
that's not the job for them. You just gave them hope when they need to go and do something else.
You cold blooded, Millie.
No, I just a realist.
No, she. Anyway, yes.
So you rather not do online?
Yeah, and then I'm not good in the DMs. Like I don't know what to say first. All of that. I'm more. You got to meet me. You got to look at my forehead to let me know
I'm
that you know
thinking a
what
lot
I'm
of men don't really know what to say in the DMs.
Hell no.
Because most of them just it's really dumb.
saying. I do not slide
I
in
feel
no
like I
DMs.
do.
You do good in them.
I feel like I mean, I'm like just okay. I'm gonna say it like this. So, um, not to talk too highly of myself or anything like that at all. But if I shoot, I'm typically going to make the shot.
Steph Curry.
I heard.
Now I may not win the game, but I'm typically gonna make the shot.
Right.
I'm gonna get some playing time.
What's the first line? What's the line we start
Yeah,
out with?
teach
Teach
Swift what to
me,
do.
My
sir.
first line is just introducing myself. Now,
Because they say
for
don't say hey.
For a little while,
They say
I
don't
was
say
saying-
hey.
Don't say hey.
What you supposed to say?
That's what they say. Don't say. It's hey.
For a little while, I was just introducing myself, and I would say like who I am, and then I would ask a simple question like, "Hey, look, just making sure, I'm attracted to you.
So you
Like,
go straight in, hey, I'm
just-
Langston,
oh,
or I'm
yeah.
attracted to you.
Look, you know what it is.
You don't waste any
Uh-oh.
time.
I don't like wasting
So you
time.
don't do like small talk.
I don't like
like
wasting
she
time.
posts a picture on her stories where she's out somewhere. You like, hey,
I don't
was
like
that place
wasting
fun?
time. Look, I can waste my own time.
Goddamn, I heard him.
What is this? What we doing?
I heard him.
Okay.
That's who I am. Like, what we
Okay.
doing?
You
I
want
may be
that-
down for what you're doing. Now, generally speaking, I am a person I'm pursuing a relationship. I'm a relationship guy.
Okay.
I'm generally going to be pursuing a
So you
relationship.
serious?
So you date for marriage?
But if you're not about a relationship, I might be on what you on right now.
Okay.
But tell me what you want right now. And I get it. It's not generally to a woman's advantage to let me know, like, look, I'm on some bullshit, because I ain't gonna spend and stuff like that or whatever. But just tell me what you want. I may be on what you want.
Yeah. So when you get in the inbox and you say, hey, I'm Langston, I'm attracted to you, you stop there?
Nah.
Or do you be like, are you attracted to me
I
too?
gotta figure out what you bringing to the table too. This may be messed up, but I be like, yo, you ain't got any mental deficiencies.
Oh,
or
shit.
financial
Admit that.
deficiencies.
God damn,
or,
Langston.
hey,
Nobody
it is what it
admits
is.
that.
Damn.
Nobody admits that. Yeah,
I
I'm
say
messed
it
up in my head.
I say it in a funny way. I say it in a funny way, right? And I don't do this to everybody or anything like that. And I am in a relationship, all right? So I don't even do it no more. But needless to say, again, when I shoot my shot, I'm generally I'm gonna.
See, if I shoot my shot, I've done research. Because I'm only shooting at something that I really like.
Interested in.
I've been, I like the little shirt you wore. You might have like a little skater shirt on or something like that. Or you know how a dog turns his head? Like when you see something interesting, like I gotta have that. Like, they're kind of interesting. And then I'm
You just
direct.
kinda pay
And
attention more.
it usually works. So I don't have to bring up things that I saw or nothing like that. But then I have the interest that makes me want to go there. But shooting to be shooting, I can't do it in the club. I can't do it at a bar. I'm horrible
can't
at
do
it.
that either.
Like I've never been able
Are
to.
you
So
shy?
I understand.
Are you shy to women?
Not
Yeah.
shy.
Scared of
fear
rejection?
I don't like. You know what I mean?
I think I'm glad you said that because I think that is big among men. They don't like the rejection thing, and it just tears them up. And a lot of men get
Women don't either.
a lot of men get really disrespectful. You're right. A lot of women don't either because they're not used to it. Most time women can kind of get what they want when they want, how they want. But men, they'll get rude with you when you reject them.
Especially if it's rejection for an image or something that I portrayed that I wasn't. So I tried to be cool. I tried to be this person. You rejected it. I'm like, damn, I didn't get to show you who I really was.
You got to
know
start
what I'm
out who
saying?
you are.
Oh, shit, that's a
Don't
that's
do that
a hell
fake
of a.
stuff.
I come up and build some Legos in your motherfucking face.
And that's who you are.
Yeah, right.
So
And if
it
she
is
start
what
building
it is.
Legos
then
too,
you found your wife.
if you like to build Legos,
If you like to build Legos, let
you
him
like
know.
art, surfing, right? So
Yeah.
I don't gotta know art show. Well, shit.
I'm the same way though. I don't. If I approach you, either you gotta just be like I know I ain't gonna ever see you again. You the baddest I've ever seen in my life, You know, so this is my only chance, and I go ahead and shoot
One
that
of
shot.
those, yeah.
But
Full
generally
force.
speaking,
Right.
I'm probably not gonna approach you.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna approach you. I'm gonna sit back and chill for a little while. I'm gonna like, you know, kind of peep,
So if you
peep
feel
who
like
you
somebody
are.
out of your league,
No,
No.
nobody out of my league.
well, you said she bad as you ever seen. You scared to say something.
That's
Why not
silly.
say
No,
something?
no. I didn't say I was scared to say something. I just generally, I'm a shy person.
Okay.
And people don't really realize that about me because people think that I know everybody. But I'm honestly a pretty shy person. Most of the time when people meet me, they feel like I'm like, if they saw me without talking to me, they generally think that I'm cocky or like
Arrogant.
bougie,
Right.
or
Stuck
better
head,
than, or
head
something
up
like
your
that.
ass.
And then
Got a bad attitude.
I think this how he
Sometimes
feels.
you just-
This how he feels about you.
sometimes you just ain't right.
What else? What else?
Yeah.
But as soon as you know the conversation starts, they're like, "Damn, are you cool as hell?"
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just because I'm to myself. Like, I'm not in anybody else's business. I don't really care about what you got going on because it ain't none of my business.
No.
You know, I'm concerned about me, myself, and my family.
Right.
You know, and how I can make things better for my surroundings.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and if you're a part of that, then like I may pursue it.
Right.
You know, but I'm not. I don't feel like anybody's out of my league, and I don't feel like anybody's less than me or anything like that at all.
I don't do
but-
it for sport. Like, I guess what I'm saying. Like, it's not a sport to me. Like, it's just serious because I got 5 children. So like,
Yeah.
if I bring you around, and especially my daughters, that was like weird beginning. Like my sons saw everybody that day. My daughters, I mean, if you met my daughters, you were vetted. You know what I mean? So it was like really, really careful and telling them I was in a relationship. One time I had a breakup. My daughter comes to me and says, "Well, what happened to such and such?" And I was like, "Well, you know, we broke up." And she said, "Why?" And I got stuck. My daughter says, "Right person, wrong time, huh, Dad?" I was like, "You're fucking right." Look, my little girl, she was perfectly right, but that is so delicate at this
Yes.
age, and so
How old is that one?
here's what, 13 now?
Yeah, for sure.
So them seeing how I treat someone and then also how I'm being treated. I want to ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever got a feedback from someone who thought maybe more highly than, like, thought your standards weren't them? Like, I thought you wouldn't like me, or I thought you wouldn't be into me because of...
Well, I like he kind of touched on. A lot of people feel like I might be bougie or I think I'm all that until they get to know me. Like
Right.
people who finally come around me and talk to me instantly know, oh, that wasn't true at all. I'm really goofy and I like to laugh and I'm chill. But yeah, I kind of just stay to myself.
Right.
I'm not in the mix. I don't want to be in the mix, and I'm private. So that's me. But yeah, some people.
They put the white girls on me a lot.
They'll be like,
I thought you like white girls.
no,
I thought,
yeah.
and then they would say, I thought you like pretty girls. And I would go, well, who did you think you were?
Why you think you're not
Yeah,
pretty?
you're
I would
pretty.
never say something like that to
I've had that
somebody.
said to me. And then I thought you only liked white girls. I never dated a white girl in my life. Not that there's anything with it, but what I'm just saying
Maybe
is,
because of your interests, they feel like it's more toward that category.
right.
You look more like.
That's-
I live away.
Where is your passport, Mr. Oh yeah. Mr. Carr, where is your passport?
Okay, you know what? That being said, question for you. Have you ever gone out with or dated a client?
No. Never.
Never?
No,
No.
I haven't either.
Yesterday I just slang a dick. Wow, this
I feel like
nigga.
I feel like the whole. I feel like the sound effect.
So you have.
No, not exactly.
Yes, she has.
No, not exactly. No, I haven't.
not
I haven't.
exactly.
Tell it on the mountain, Langston.
Like it was like they not your client after the fact. Like,
Oh, so the deal was done.
And then the deal got
closing
done.
happened, and then the new deal happened.
I mean,
Hey man, whatever you got to close with, close, Bubba. Close. I'm not judging.
You asked the question.
Have you? You dated clients? Ints? One?
He's like, not an S, maybe one.
Yes, one.
nope,
No.
nope.
how do you think? Is that a
Never
lot?
have I ever.
Could you? Would it be a shame if you couldn't though one day? Like, what if there was a client that had all the qualities and they
I
really
don't see
does,
anything wrong
but y'all
with it.
stood on business and
I
didn't?
don't see anything wrong with it. I will say that much. After the transaction is done and things like that, then essentially everybody is free game, so to say.
Okay.
So I don't see anything wrong with it. If that person is a part of your tribe, that person is a part of your tribe, and you really never know until you know.
So you say after it's done, right? So
And
is
a lot
that
of times you work
like during the
you work so
transaction and
closely
stuff
with
like
your
that.
clients, you
Yeah.
do get to know them a
You get to
whole
know them.
lot. You spend a lot of time with your clients, so I can see it happening for some.
I've-
You
Right.
get to know them, you get to learn them, you around them, you talk day in and day out.
I've definitely
so
had a
it
lot
probably does
flirting with
happen
me.
more than
right?
often.
So instead of
I've
the little
definitely had a
basket
lot
with the
flirting with me. I will definitely say that much.
instead of the basket with the little key and all that in there, just bring some dick. So, I can't. Can I say that? Beep.
Censor.
Instead of a basket, bring them some love and to their new home for a closing gift. Bring some dick. Is what I said earlier.
I don't want to talk about this, but I actually had somebody ask me.
That's what they want for their
Yeah.
closing gift.
Yeah, and I
People,
turned them
they're
down.
bold.
I turned them down. I turned them
can't
down.
imagine.
I turned them down.
Women
I
are out of
definitely turned them
luck.
down.
These women getting loose.
It's women
Getting
definitely
loose?
are bold.
They've been there.
I will say that much.
You know what? It's an interesting.
Are they getting more bold nowadays, or has it always been this way? And
I think
just
it's a
didn't know?
Sexy
liberation.
Red brought
going on.
something
out
out
of out of the women.
Yeah.
Meg the Stallion, because Meg.
No, because
she said a lot about what
Meg
she
is
wanted
attractive,
too.
though. And
I
that's-
think Sexy Red is pretty.
she's pretty to her.
Here's what it is. Here's what it is. It's opportunity and opportunity in this system that we have. They've been an oppressed class. They've been having to count on us for things. So in that, you might take a backseat to a lot of shit. As that, the women are starting to make more. They're starting to be more like, I can say whatever I want. I heard an interesting thing the guy said one time. He said, what they say, sexual peak. He said men reach their sexual peak at like 16, 18. Women reach their sexual peak at like 35, 40. He said it's not true. He said men and women reach their sexual peak at the same times. It's just the woman's sexuality is subdued until they get to an age where they feel confident
Comfortable
enough
to let
and
it
paid
out.
enough dues to say, fuck it, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
true.
see that.
You don't?
Nope.
I was a freaking 16-year-old. Where'd you go to high school?
Jay Fair.
Oh,
Oh, it was Freaks at J Fair.
I mean, it's freaks everywhere, but
You think
know,
you think they're,
Yeah, I think people reach their sexual peak at different times.
okay.
Like I'm 42. At this age in my life, I'm not so concerned about sex. Like I'm not gonna say I don't give a damn.
I mean, I guess
because it
peak-
is definitely a part of the conversation, and it is a major issue if it's not around. But I'm not tripping off of
Well, they would say that your
3
peak was
times a
at your
week or something like that.
You were saying your
versus
peak was 16,
when I was
17.
younger. When I
Yeah,
was
he might have
younger,
ran
you
out.
wanted
At that
to
time.
multiple times.
They
So,
would
He
say-
didn't want it no more.
Oh, no, it was done. He was done.
nah, I don't think men.
But what
women
I'm saying is,
reach-
you're saying at your age, yeah, now it's a little less. But what I was kind of saying the same thing, that 16 through 18, those are the peaks for, because I mean, that's when you're virile, you just conquer puberty, you're horny all the fucking
want it, you
time.
want it,
And
yeah.
what he was saying
Gotta
is
get
that
it.
women at the same time are just as horny. It's just that we're taught to dominate and go get and this and,
And
that,
we're
and
taught
they're
to wait.
suppressed and
Yeah.
wait.
Don't
And then
go out there doing all
40,
that.
Still don't
34.
believe that.
No? I mean, it's not
Well,
true for
I
everyone.
think I do feel like the older you are for women, speaking of women, that you do get more comfortable with your
Yeah.
sexuality and doing more things and
Yeah.
experiencing more things, expressing yourself more than, for instance, when I was in high school, I would, they're not, and no, my mama and daddy told me don't do that,
Right.
don't,
Right.
da 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 da. And you old, you live and you learn. I think it's you living and you learning, so you learning more. You're aware of more stuff. More
Right.
stuff is out there in songs
Right.
and social media and books you read. Like, it's
And you
like,
don't give a damn. You paying your own bills.
Yeah,
You
yeah, it's
Motherfuckers
like-
walking around with roses on their keychain. I seen 2-3 girls with
I
a big
haven't
rose
seen
hanging
that.
on the
That's-
keychain.
is
They
that
keep it-
sanitary?
I don't think none of them
I don't think that's
sanitary.
sanitary.
Do y'all put them in the washing machine, dishwasher? Like, what is the? How does that get
You
done?
definitely shouldn't have it on your keychain. That's
Dishwasher? Is the
disgusting.
dishwasher safe?
I would not eat of somebody's dishes if they put their rolls in their dishwasher.
Well, toothbrush? It was like with the jewelry and shit. They get
That
some little-
is disgusting. Now I gotta start asking people if I eat at their house.
you
Did you put your rolls in the
in the
dishwasher? Give me a paper plate.
Oh shit, man.
No.
All right, hold on. All right, so, all right. There's two things that I wanted to point in on. One was you mentioned books, but two, in terms of the toys, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it seems like it's something that is acceptable for women, but non-acceptable for men.
Why is it
right?
acceptable for men?
It just
We don't
seems
really
that
have
way.
any.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
really,
y'all do.
Not really.
I think it's a big ass thing that you
Yeah,
got
I've
to.
seen that
What
too,
about the
and I'm
little hand
interested.
tube?
That shit don't do shit.
The tube thing?
We got our own. But the real question is, how do you feel when you're intimate with a woman and she brings out her friend?
Do you feel like you're not
You
doing
gotta
it
get
though?
over that. This is a new way.
Do you feel like
It's
you're not
three of
doing
y'all.
her?
That's the new threesome.
Do you be like, oh my God, I must not be satisfying her? So you feel like
We
you're not
going there? We going there?
satisfying.
No. I ain't gonna say that because I like the toys. I like, I like bringing stuff into it. But I will say that, I mean, the matter of fact is
it clean?
my tongue ain't going fast as this motorized
No,
machine.
it's not.
All right?
And
All right,
that's the
that
thing
part.
too. The women
I've
who
never
do
had
that a
any
lot, they
complaints.
gotta chill.
I've never had any complaints
Why?
or anything like that at all.
Because
Too
a
much?
man's
What?
tongue ain't gonna never work.
Right.
But that being said, like, yeah, nah,
That's the
like
same for us, though.
Yes.
If your concern is that right there, go ahead.
Let's
have
make it
that
happen.
right
Let's
now.
make this happen.
Yeah, just have that right
Let's
now.
make
Like,
it
I'm
happen.
cool. I'm
Right.
cool. Like, you get back to me when
Right.
you're done.
Right.
I get
Yeah,
it.
I would
Like,
say
let's
it's
work
an
for me.
enhancement, and men
Right.
should not get disappointed
Don't
if
get offended.
their woman
It's
wants
cool.
to do that as well.
Just keep it away from around your face. Don't touch me too much with it.
Everybody got their own thing.
Make sure it's clean. Some sanitizer by the bottle. Or dip it like the barbers do. And they drop it in a little green sanitizer. I think it's one of them. Drop that in there. Shake that motherfucker
You
off.
think at this point in the podcast we knocked out all the luxury listings?
Oh, Melissa Martin.
This is gone.
Oh, Lord. United Realty.
Yeah, hey, they're not for us.
Yeah, for real. He just
John, they're not for us.
He dipped
okay?
he dipped the rolls in
It's just not gonna happen.
the sanitizer
But no,
bucket.
just real talk. Just want you all to get
All
to
right.
know us.
Well,
and-
wait.
Okay.
Since we started that, when is a good time to bring up sex to a new person that you're dating? Like, when do you bring up, hey, I'm ready to start having sex now?
You need the green light.
It depends on
You
how
just
old
you
you
just
are.
go
I ain't
off
gonna
the
lie to
woman.
It's hard for me.
I
Once
think it
again,
depends
I'm
on how old
rejection,
you
so I've had times where I'm fucking been like, look, nigga, look, you didn't get the hints, blah blah blah. Like you damn near got to be standing there. You got to come in right and let
So
me know.
you're not even gonna bring it up unless she kind of rubs on you the right way.
Yes, I got to see the signs. I have
What
to.
about you? Do you say, "Hey, I'm Langston. I find you attractive. Let me hit it."
Shut up.
It's too much can be too much. Too little can be too little.
No, not at all. All right, so I will say this much. I have learned how to be an asshole. All right. And for whatever reason, I have discovered that when you are dating, if they're not, I'm not gonna say not relationship material, but not relationship for you. Y'all don't match
Right.
one another.
Right.
All right. So not to say anything derogatory about anybody, but you just don't match one another. The more of an asshole you are, the more it is that, like, they seem to be attracted.
Why?
Like, it's really weird.
It's
really
weird.
because
That
I'm a
is very dumb.
Because I don't want to be an
I'm
asshole.
an extremely nice guy.
That
But
sucks.
nice guys, I will
Bro,
say,
it
finish
sucks.
last.
And I hear that a lot,
sucks.
and I do believe that is true.
Yeah,
It's true.
The
one
women
time-
say they want a good guy, they want this, but they do go after the hard heads or
Right.
the disrespectful
I
guys.
remember-
the ones that act like they really don't want you because it's like he acting like that. And I'm gonna want him to get. I'm gonna do
Right.
more so I can get his attention.
I remember specifically one time I was dating a lady, and we had, like, there was 2 periods of times in which we kind of saw each other. Right, the first time frame, everything seemed to be good. Going out and stuff. Having good times, good vibes, good conversations, and everything. And then just boom, ghost. Right, and I get it. Somebody else came along. Cool, just say that. Like, I wish more people would just say that and just
not
like
want to hurt your feelings.
right.
That's what it is.
But just ghost, right? And then I don't know. I guess I was showing up a little more, not necessarily to her, but like either on her timeline or standing out a little more. And she reached out to me and was like, "We need to go out sometime." And I'm thinking in my head like, "Nah, fuck that. That's
That's
bullshit."
over.
Like, and I was like, "All right, you know what? Cool. We can do that." And we went out. I went to pick her up, and literally before we got to when we got to the stop sign at the end of her street, I looked at her and I said, "Hey, we fucking tonight." And she was like, "Well, damn, what happened to the nice Langston and stuff?" I was just like, "He left last time when you go."
Right.
That's how
Thank
I
He
you.
left
said
last time.
say it
Yeah.
now.
So this is what's gonna happen.
I agree. Right.
And if it's not gonna happen,
Right.
we still on the same block,
Right.
and I can spin it.
Right. The way you handled that this time.
Our
You're
time.
right.
And that's exactly what happened that night.
Yeah.
So,
You feel like you got better, you got further when you're more direct.
Man, when I'm
kinda-
hurt, with the same girl,
I hate
she done
this.
got on my nerves or something like that, and she come back around, I have that same kind of.
Really?
And it's not made up. It's like
Yes, it's
you
so-
kind of played me. Now you're not a friend no more. So now it's like.
So now you get what you get.
Now you get what you get,
Yeah.
and which is probably not the best, or even me
Right,
at that
but
time.
you're not
you know
gonna
what
try
I'm
it
saying?
again. I get it.
Yeah. And it's not so much the sex part. It's just you played yourself, or
Yeah.
I'll say
And
this
I think
much,
that's
and we can wrap
acceptable.
it up. But you asked, when do you bring it up? Like, I don't necessarily think that there is an appropriate time to
Right.
bring it up.
You just kinda
It
feel it
happens when
out.
it happens. However, that being said, as a man, and as a kind man, and as I'm a chivalrous man.
Me
all
too.
right? I still
Right.
open doors.
There we
And
go.
you need to stay like that.
I do all those
Yeah.
things.
All you men need to stay like
Don't
that.
do that, 'cause they don't like that shit.
Yes, they
Let
do.
that door close in
They
her
do.
motherfucking face, and
If
she
they
gonna follow
don't
you
like
to the-
it, if they don't like it, that's not the woman for you. But don't stop being a good guy.
If I'm
there are
consistently
some women that
doing
like
my
that guy.
part and showing up, and you're constantly asking, "Hey, can we go do this? Hey, can we go do that? Hey, can you meet me here?" and all this other kind of stuff. Like all these things, and I hate to bring this part of it up, but all these things involve finance, right? All these things involve some form of money, right? And I'm sorry, I can't go out on a date honestly without spending like at least 200.
200, right?
You
I
know,
heard that too.
like,
Right.
and if you're going out on 2-3 days a week, that's
So, Langston, what I
that's a
just-
whole mortgage
Langston,
on
what
a $500,000
I came up with,
house.
I came up with,
Hold
okay,
on.
go ahead.
So that being said, after so long, a month had gone by, 2 months had gone by, and the conversation ain't came up, and you don't know where y'all going.
Yeah.
What we doing?
For sure.
That's the conversation now. What we doing?
I agree with that.
Because I'm showing up, and I don't know where you want to go with this, and I don't want you to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time.
Right.
Tell me what you on. If that's the type of time you on, all right, cool. This is the type of time I'm on. So what's up?
I agree with that. And the way I circumvent that is I don't do anything I wasn't normally going to do. And some people get it twisted. So if I'm going to go to Roof Chris, or if I'm going to go to Alaska for skiing for the weekend, I was already going to do that. So I'll go to McDonald's. I didn't take you to McDonald's because I think you're cheap. I was going to McDonald's. But I was going to Ruth Chris, or I was going to Steakhouse because that's what I do on Wednesdays. And so it just so happens that you're here and you're my company to be here. So I'm not spending any more other than an extra person than I normally would, because once again, I want you to know what I do, what I afford, and what I do on a weekly basis. So, and then if you're not good company, then that's why you get
Yeah.
removed. More so than I've spent too much on you. Because then I can't regret what I spent, because that's my bad that I spent that. But if I go to, like I said, if I go eat.
It should be definitely a two-way. Like if you taking her out to nice restaurants and things like that, in the middle of the day, if you at work, she should hit you up like, "Hey, you want some lunch? Let me bring you some
Definitely,
lunch." Like
definitely.
something like that. I think it should be a two-way street. I don't think it should all be the men give, spend.
Send them some water.
It's something that you can do as a woman to make them
Yes.
feel appreciated
Say
and like
it.
you want to be in this thing.
Say it one more time. Really say it.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this thing up. Once again, this is SpeakEasy Podcast. We're inside of a SpeakEasy of Cigar Republic. All right. And I don't know how often we're gonna do this thing. How we gonna
I'm through.
twice a month, something like that.
Y'all let us
We're
know
gonna-
how
yeah.
often y'all want to hear from us.
But needless to say, we're gonna speak as easy as possible without like beating around the bush and just showing you who we are. All right?
I see y'all at Christian Mingles.
See ya.
Peace.
Cheers. Cheers.
Don't be laughing at my ginger ale.
I'm not.
It is real.
It's so good.
Delicious.